"The future is bleak," Theodore muttered to himself as he walked through the city streets, looking for a place to spend the night. Everywhere he looked, there were crumbling buildings and remnants of what used to be a prosperous society. The air was thick with the smell of smoke and something else, an unspoken fear of the menacing presence that had engulfed the city for years. It had all started years ago when the government of Oreona decided to turn their beloved nation into a dystopian society. Surveillance cameras and oppressive police forces filled the streets, making it nearly impossible for citizens to move freely. Human rights and freedom of expression were non-existent. Theodore was part of a small group of rebels, the Velvet Revolution, who had a plan to overthrow the oppressive regime. They were determined to take back their city and restore the freedoms they were denied. Under the harsh glow of streetlights, Theodore spotted a small underground club, a last bastion of hope within the city. His heart raced as he descended the steps, wary of the people and devices that lay beneath. Inside, people were gathered around, talking in hushed tones and animatedly discussing their fears, hopes, and ideas for change. They called themselves the Risen and were dedicated to the mission of undoing the oppressive actions of the Oreonan government. Theodore started to talk about his plan for the Velvet Revolution and soon found himself swept up with the enthusiasm of the group. The plan was to gain the support of the people who lived in the city and encourage them to join forces with the Risen and fight against the tyranny that had taken hold of their beloved city. After several hours of discussion and planning, the group disbanded, each setting out on their individual mission. Theodore watched as his fellow revolutionaries left to spread their message of freedom throughout Oreona. The next morning dawned brighter, and Theodore felt an optimism he hadn't felt in years. Perhaps there was hope yet for a bright future where everyone was free. He knew that the battle was just beginning, but with the courage of the Risen and the support of the citizens of Oreona, they could prevail and together restore freedom and justice. He smiled as he set out to begin his work. The future was uncertain, but he was determined to carry on and fight for what he believed in. His voice might be small, but the actions he took and the lives he touched would make a world of difference. After all, real change is born from belief and courage, taking a stand against oppression.
Comment below and subscribe to not miss the next story.